Go live, go live, go live. Good evening, friends, and hello. It's Lisa Maynard, and welcome to Kit Crush Wednesday. And thank you for joining me tonight. I actually figured out my technical difficulties from last week, so I'm ready to roll this week. I've checked the connections, and I've checked the cameras, and I checked the phones and all the things. I checked all the things. So we should be good to go. So I'm just going to wait a couple seconds and wait for a couple people to jump on, and hopefully you can join me live this evening. We're going to be looking at a kit that was new last month, but because I was gone, I wasn't able to show it to you, and I'm super excited about it because it is Christmas cards. Usually we do Christmas in July, but we're doing Christmas in September, because I was gone in July and August, moving and helping my kids and all of the things that parents do when their children get to be young adults. So I'm going to wait just a couple more seconds. And if you're joining me, let me know. Give me a thumbs up, comment. I'm going to go ahead and turn the banner on so we know that it's me. There we are. And I'm going to turn the comments back on. So if you're watching, let me know in the comments. Give me a thumbs up. If you're catching this on the replay, let me know that also, because I appreciate everyone that tunes in. So I see that there's a few people on, and welcome. So we are going to go ahead and flip this camera around, and I'm going to show you the awesome cards that we're going to work with tonight. Okay, here we go. This kit is called Christmas Wishes, and these cards are so pretty. They're absolutely stunning. You would not think that this green color is pretty peacock on here, but it is. And I'm going to show you how we're going to stamp these in just 1 second. So this kit, I believe, makes 8 cards. I could be wrong. 4 each of 2 designs. So this is one of them. And it says Merry, Merry, Merry. And then on the inside, this is a special treat. There is a stamp for the inside. May whatever brings you love and joy be yours this season and throughout the new year. And then we've stamped part of this leaf out, the outline of the leaf on this part. So super cool. Absolutely stunning. And then the next one says Christmas Wishes with the gold foil. There's gold foil on both of the cards. Stunning. This card also has that sentiment in the middle. Now you could stamp this sentiment or you could leave it off. Totally up to you. And then they all come with, hi Vanita, thanks for joining. And they all come with these gold envelopes. These are gorgeous envelopes. And this is actually a sticker for your address. So I'm going to show you how it's super easy to attach these, but I'm going to show you. And these gold envelopes are gold all the way through. So absolutely gorgeous cards. So let's go ahead, bring in our kit, and I'm going to set those up there basically just so the glare off the camera and the glass mat isn't bothering you. So I'm going to use my glass mat. Love this glass mat. It's fabulous. But I have some grid paper on here because we're going to do some stamping, and it's just easier if I don't get that on the glass mat, but we can absolutely clean that up. So let me grab a couple things and bring those in, and we're going to get started. So this is a regular kit, and we can order this off the website, and I will go ahead and put that link in the comments when I'm done. So as always, we have our instructions, which this week I don't need to refer to as much as I did last week, but I'm going to keep them handy just in case. So as always, there's complete instructions for you with all the supplies. We have our stamp spot, and like I said, it's pretty peacock. It's such a pretty color, but I would not have thought to use this for Christmas. I would have thought of something more like an evening evergreen, which we don't have, or a shaded spruce, but this is gorgeous. So we have our tear and tape, which we're going to need, and our Stampin' Dimensionals, as always, love them. And with these kits now, they are printing the little stamp backings, if you want to call it, where you can put these in with your stamp sets so you know exactly that you have all the stamps and what they say. So that is an awesome addition to the kits. I don't have the stamps on the vellum that we usually get with these, or the acetate, because they're all on my blocks, because we're going to use every stamp tonight. So that's kind of fun. And I don't think we have, if we have glue dots, I'll have to grab those because I probably set those aside. So here's our card bases. So we have these and the striped, the foiled leaves and the stripes. Then we have our envelope labels to stick on, our die cut pieces, and there's a lot of die cut pieces. This has a lot of die cut pieces, but we're going to stamp on these, which is great. Die cut pieces and our sentiment pieces right there, and then our envelopes. So I'm going to go ahead and stick all that back in there, and this, and we're going to set this aside, and we're going to get started on this, friends, because this is super, super fun. It's really, really fun. So the first card we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and bring this in. I have all the pieces. Some I have stamped, one I haven't, because I want to show you how to stamp the Mary. And then again, some of the layering pieces I have stamped, but one of them I haven't, so that you can get the idea of how to do this card. It's gorgeous. So let me make sure I have everything here. And it looks like I'm missing a piece. So we will have to improvise with that in a minute, because I'm not seeing it here. It may have fallen somewhere. So that's okay. We're going to go ahead and grab a piece out of here, and we'll just stamp another one of those at the same time. So I apologize for that. Thought I had everything handy. Did not. Not a problem. So go ahead and grab that. Now we have two of those. There we go. I'm going to grab some mini glue dots back here because I don't have those. Okay, we're ready. So I apologize for that. We are going to go ahead, and there is a right and wrong way to do our card this time. So we are going to go ahead and fold that over, and then we are going to crease it with our bone folder, just like this. Make it nice and flat, just like so. And then we are going to go ahead and stamp the inside of the card first, because I like to do the inside before we're going to do the outside. So let me go ahead and grab that stamp. I already have it on a block. Now in that kit, I forgot to tell you, it comes with the block, but I've already put these on the blocks already to make it easier for you, so we didn't have to be putting them on and taking them off and putting them on and taking them off. So let's go ahead and ink this stamp up. I'm going to go into it with my stamp, my little ink spot. I'm going to do the reverse. You could go into the ink spot with your stamp, but this works just as well. And actually for me, it works better this way because the stamp is quite large. Now these stamps, as you can see, because this color is very vibrant and it will stain your stamps, but it doesn't hurt them. So don't let that worry you. It's completely fine. Now I'm going to go ahead and center this. I'm going to try and not get my head in the way. I'm going to try and center this in here, and we're going to center that right there, and we're going to give it a good press. And then there we go. We've stamped the inside of our card with the sentiment. Gorgeous. Now we're going to come in with our little stamp and see what I mean, that they're stained, but that's all right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. It doesn't keep the stamp from working like it's supposed to. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. This is the outline of that leaf, and we are going to stamp the outline right onto this leaf image that is inside. And I'm going to try and get that lined up as best as I can. And that's pretty good. We're going to shut it down, move it a little bit. and give it a good press. I'm not sure if that's on or not. That's not bad. That's not bad for not being able to see very well. So there is the inside of our card. We're going to do a lot of the outline stamping of the leaves on this kit. So super fun. So let's go ahead and set that aside. We're going to go ahead and bring in one of the 3 Marys. Now I've already stamped 2 of them, and I'm going to stamp the next one right here. So I'm going to set my leaf stamp aside and bring in my Mary stamp. Now, as you know, if you've watched me before, I line the Mary up on my grid paper, set the block on top of it and pick it up. So that's how I like to do it, to try and get those stamps straight as I can before I stamp on my sentiments or on my cards. So I'm going to ink this up. And the Pretty Peacock goes a long way. So I've stamped a lot of these cards and I have not had to re-ink this stamp stock. So don't worry, friends, you're not going to run out of ink with this kit. You're going to be just fine. So I've lined that sentiment up on my grid paper, just like so. And now I'm going to come in with my stamp and I'm going to center that up and down into the side to side. Go ahead and lay it down. Give it a nice press. Let the ink sink into the paper a little bit. I like to leave it there for a second. Pop that off. And there we have Mary. The 3 Marys. Perfect. Set that aside. And while I'm putting this together, I'm going to go ahead. Well, no, we still got some stamping to do. So we've got some leaves that we need to stamp. These are the die cut images that we're going to stamp, the small outline and the large outline. So let's bring in that stamp once again. And I'm going to go ahead and ink up this little, I had one of these made so that we would only stamp 1 leaf, but I can't find it. So that's okay. We'll stamp 2. We'll stamp 2. There's, like I said, there's a lot of stamping in this kit. So if you like stamping, which I do, and I don't have my glasses right now, so we're going to give that a shot. If you like stamping like I do, there's a lot of stamping in this. So that's not bad. It's okay if you mess it a little bit. It's an outline. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's homemade, and no one's going to know. No one's going to know. It's a little off. It's a little off. It's not as close as I would like it, but it's all right. We're going to come in here again and try again. Like so. Push that down. I'm off by a lot. And there we go. Yeah, I'm off by a lot. Just ignore those, friends. I don't have my right glasses. So let's try this one. Let's try the large outline. And I'm going to try and find the correct glasses so I can kind of see what I'm doing here. I've got different contacts. So I'm linking up the large outline stamp. And we're going to come in here and turn it sideways, just like so. I'm going to get over that a little bit. Hopefully my head isn't in the camera's way. And we're going to come in and lay that down just like that. I think that was a little better. I think we got it a little better this time. There we go. Much better that time. But it doesn't matter. It's all handmade. So I'm going to use these cards. So don't be too hard on yourself if it doesn't turn out just perfect. That is how it turns out when you don't stamp perfectly, and it's just fine. So as you can see, I don't always stamp perfect, and I'm still going to use these images. So I don't want you to feel intimidated by this at all, because I'm still going to use them, and we're still going to use them to make this card. I'm not going to flip them out on you. So let's go ahead and stamp this next image. Right like that, like so, on here. And there we go. There we go. Perfect. Not perfect, but it's great. It's good. All right, we stamped those. Now I'm going to bring in the other pieces. And this one has already been stamped, the 2 large outlines of those leaves. So let's go ahead and stamp the large outlines on this die cut piece. It's the berries and the spruce piece here. So let's go ahead and ink this up. If I wasn't had misplaced the other one, we wouldn't be doing as much stamping. But like I said, I like to stamp, so this is just fine. If you hear growling in the background, it's the dogs growling, and they're play fighting like they always do. There we go. There's one. And let's go ahead and stamp this other one. And then we're going to put this card together. Super fun to put this card together. Now, I misspoke when I said we needed glue dots. We don't need glue dots with this. We're using tear and tape. That's why we didn't have glue dots in our kit, because we have tear and tape. So that's all we need to put this kit together. Super fun. I'm concentrating on getting this stamped as best as I can. I think I have stuff out of the way. And there we go. Not too bad, not too shabby. Let's go ahead now and go ahead and put the lid on that ink spot for right now and get that out of the way. So I went ahead on one of these and put my tear and tape on the back of this. Actually, no, I didn't. So I'm going to put the tear and tape on here on this one because I stamped it. I didn't want to mess it up. So let me find the edge of that tear and tape here. Then this is what we're going to use. Now, tear and tape, you can tear it, but I like to use my paper snips. And this makes a little bit cleaner of an edge. And then we're going to come in here with these, and we're going to do the same thing. So tear and tape, friends, not mini glue dots. And the tear and tape works great. Again, you could tear it. And just to show you that you can tear it, I'll tear it on this one. It's super easy. Tear it, boom. I like to use my snips though. So, all right, we're gonna go also come in, and I lost my, there's my Mary. We're gonna go ahead and pick this Mary up here and put 3 Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this, because all of these Marys are going to be popped up, and I'm going to show you how we're going to put this all together in just a second. All right, there we go. We've got all of our parts and pieces. So now we're ready to assemble this card. So let's come in. I'm going to burnish this again. It's not staying as flat as I would like. Okay, there we go. All right, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take these 2 pieces, and we're going to take the backing of the tear and tape off, and I'm just going to use my take your pick tool to get that paper backing off of there. Put that right there, and take this one off just like this, and take that one off. So far we haven't had any technical difficulties. That's awesome. That's awesome. Now we're going to lay these on here first, and I'm going to push this, and it's going to be a little askew to the left, but not really. I'm going to put one there, and then I'm going to pick this one up, and I'm going to basically mirror it down here just about like so. So they almost, see that? They almost fit into each other. Kind of fit into each other. All right, now we're going to adhere a couple of our Marys, and then I'll show you how we're going to put the rest of this together. So let's go ahead, and we're going to adhere one of our sentiment pieces right about here. And I'm not going to push that down very hard. I'm not going to push that down at all, because I want to make sure that I like the way that it's placed. And then I'm going to take my other Mary. 3 Marys. Mary, Mary, Mary. Merry Christmas. Turn it around. Make sure it's right side up. And I'm going to place it. I'm going to try and make sure that I get it equal with the other one, as far as side to side and up and down. And I'm going to lift it up, see if I like how that places, and I do. So I'm just going to lightly press those down so they're attached. And now we are going to go ahead and attach these pieces, these leaf pieces, to the center part of this. So with my take your pick, I'm going to go ahead and take out the backing off of this. So do you see all the stamping that's involved in this? It's not difficult stamping, but there's a lot. We stamp the sentiment 3 times. We stamp the inside of the card. We stamp the leaf image inside. We stamp all the leaf images on that. So I really like this kit because there's a lot of stamping, and you get a lot of you get a lot of practice. You also get to do something that hopefully you enjoy doing. So we're going to adhere this down, this one layer right about here, like so. And then we're going to flip this, and we're going to do basically the mirror of it right about here. So see how that presses down, but yet it sticks up. Now we're going to take our last Mary, take the backings off our dimensionals, flip that over, make sure it's right side up, come in here, center it, and get it so it's even, and then give that a good press. And friends, there we have our card. Isn't that gorgeous? It's so pretty and so super easy to make. Super easy to make. It looks very difficult, but it's not. It's really not. Very, very fun. Now, let's make our second card, and then I'll show you how to adhere that label to the envelope. It's really super easy. You won't really need to do much with that. I've already stamped the inside of this card because we've already done that once. I didn't need to do that again. And I've already burnished it, but I'm going to go ahead and do that one more time for you. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Make it nice and flat. Now this is a landscape card, so it's going to open like this. On this particular one, so that I don't take your time, I've already stamped the leaves and put the tear and tape on the back of them. And I've already done that with our other die cut images. I stamped the outline of the leaves and put the tear and tape on the back of them. But what I did not do, and what I want to show you, is I'm going to stamp the Christmas wishes sentiment. And I'm not going to take this off of the block, but I want to explain to you how I did. And this is just a little trick. So what I did was, when this stamp was not on the block, I centered it on the sentiment piece. So this doesn't have this. Let me make sure. Let's make sure it doesn't have, nope, doesn't have any ink on it. All right. So I took the photopolymer stamp, and I set it where I wanted it on the sentiment piece. And I did the same with the wishes. So I set it like that. Then when I had those 2 stamps set on there, I put my block down on it and picked it up. So now when I go to stamp, it's exactly where I want it to be. Absolutely. So just a little tip for you, if you're working with 2 separate stamps that you want to put on, even on a card, or you want to do it on a sentiment piece, or any just a piece of cardstock or whatever. If you're working with 2 stamps and you want them in a certain place, set them where you want them, then pick them up with your block. So just a little trick and a little tip for you. Works pretty slick. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this up, Christmas wishes, and we're going to stamp that and put some Stampin' Dimensionals on it. And then we're going to put this card together. And as I talk, I just continue to ink. I'm not sure why I do that. You do that. I can't sometimes do 2 things at one time. I swear. All right, we're going to center this where I think it looks pretty good. And I'm going to go ahead and set that down. Give it a good press. And go ahead and there we go. Christmas wishes. How cool is that? I'm going to put this on here. Thankfully, I did not get this on me because I'm wearing a white shirt. I did that yesterday, and I did get it all over me. So turn that over. We're going to grab some dimensionals, and we're going to put 3 across the top of this, and we're going to put 3 across the bottom of it, just like that. All right, that's ready to go. Let's bring in our card and our pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and take the backing off of my berry and leaf pieces. Put that aside. Go ahead and put this one off and put that aside. We're going to put these on. Now, these are going to go a little bit differently than on the other one. So we're going to put this right about here. Like that. We're going to set that down. And we're going to come over here and we're going to kind of mirror that a little bit, but not quite. It's going to be a little bit different. I want that to go right a little bit like that. So I want that to go more up. So I'm going to bring that down. So it's not exactly, almost, but not exactly. So there we go. It doesn't have to be perfect. So they're kind of mirrored of each other, up and down a little bit. And then we're going to go ahead and put these leaves on. So I'm going to take the backing off of these. Again, super easy with the tear and tape. The tear and tape is a great tool to have in your arsenal of adhesives. You could use the green glue, which I love. You could use the tape runner, which I love. But the tear and tape for this, especially in the kit, works fabulous. So we're going to come in here with one of these. And it's going to go like this. So we're kind of, it's a backwards L, basically. That's how we're going to do it. We're going to put that one right about there. So that's upside that way. And then we're going to come in with this one. And we're going to do the same thing. And this is going to go, let's see, we're going to put it right about here. And we're going to do it right about there. There we go. So now do you see how that forms? And why are we stuck? Okay, we're not stuck now. Okay. Whew. Thought we had a glitch there. All right, now we're going to come in, take the backing off of our Stampin' Dimensionals. Get those out of the way. And adhere our Christmas wishes. I'm going to center that in there how I want it. That looks pretty good. I'm going to hold it up, see what I like. Not quite how I want it. I'm going to add a little bit more. And there we go. And we'll give it a nice little press. And there we go, friends. There's our second card. Super, super cute. Again, you don't have to put that saying in there if you don't want to. I like it, but if you want to leave that empty so you could write your own saying, that would be perfect. So there we go. Let's now, final touch. Here's our envelope. Super easy. We're going to just crease the top of that. This is a label, and it just peels right off of here. And it's very thick. It's a good, I moved my camera. Okay, line that up as best as I can. Now, if you don't get this centered the way you want, as I didn't do it the very first time, that actually looks pretty good. You can pick it up. So as long as you don't press down really hard, but you just set that on there, press it down. There's your envelope to send with your cards. Aren't those gorgeous? Super, super pretty Christmas cards. Look at those. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. So I hope that you liked that, friends. I have a couple announcements. Today, the mini catalog went live, and I absolutely love the stuff in the mini catalog. And next week, I think what I'm going to do is I've made some tags from the mini envelope, from the mini catalog. And so I want to show those to you next week. And they're super, super cool. But so also what has also gone live, and if you haven't seen it, I'll put it in the comments, but the scrapbook brochure. And I have, can you see that? I've printed it, but it's not a physical book. It's a digital brochure, but it coincides with the mini catalog, and I just printed it because I like to have it printed. But I'll put that in the comments too. It has some fabulous scrapbook kits in here. So if you don't know how to scrapbook, and I don't know how to scrapbook, but we're going to know how to scrapbook together, because it has kits in here, which I've ordered some. So you can make scrapbook pages. You don't have to make full scrapbook pages. You can make cards, you can make whatever, but they come as kits. So everything you need to make scrapbook pages is included in these kits. And I'm super, super excited about that. So watch for that coming on one of my lives, because we're going to dive into the scrapbooking stuff. So I'll put that in the comments for you. Also, the mini catalog is live. If you haven't got one, look at mine. It's been used a lot. Used a lot. Holy cow. It's crazy. But what I want to show you next week is this super easy, quick and easy stuff to make, where you can use cards. If you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, I posted some of these today, and I used these cards with some of these ephemera packs to make the cards. Super cute. And then I'm just going to bring these in really quick. I made a bunch of tags, a bunch of tags. Like, look at all these tags I made. Christmas tags with the ephemera packs. And I'm going to show you about all that next week on a live. So we're going to make a tag. Super fun, super easy. And these ephemera packs and the card kit, oh my gosh, so fun. So look for those in the mini catalog. They're a great deal. And I also ordered, well, let me show you this. There is also a page that shows you sketches. So you can follow the sketches and make cards and make the tags. And I basically cased the ones in the catalog. So if you see them and they look familiar, it's because I cased them. That's absolutely because I cased them. One more thing I want to tell you. Actually, a couple more things I want to tell you. I have a card workshop coming up September 21st. These are the cards that we made at my workshop that I went to in Michigan at our Clomp and Stampers Live. So these are the cards that I'm going to be making, or we're going to be making, and I'm going to show you how to make these at the workshop September 21st, Mazivo Coffee. I will put the link in the comments as well. Sign up. I already have 2 people signed up, and I think it's going to fill up fast. So we're going to make one each of these cards, and we're going to have lots and lots of fun with that. So let me turn the camera around and sign off. And I know we've gone over a little bit. So, all right, friends, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. As always, hit that like button, share with your friends, watch the replay. If you're watching the replay, put /replay and let me know that you've watched. Really appreciate it. There's 2 more kits that came out today. So be sure to check the comments in this. There's Christmas ornaments. Look for that in the live, because we're going to be doing those. And there's a card keeper kit. And look for that, because I've ordered those. So I can't wait to show you all the things that I've been working on. So keep tuning in, and I will see you next week, friends. And have a great evening. Thanks again. Bye.